Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dragon Puppy, and today we are covering the Tobeco Glasses RDA. That's right. This is a postless dripper mod, and it is absolutely awesome. You guys are going to love this. Don't be scared of the postless. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so here it is. This is how it breaks down. Now, guys, I've heard from other YouTubers out there that they say that the plastic piece on the top doesn't come off, that it has no adjustable airflow, that, things like that. It's just always wide open. That's not true. The airflow is stiff. The top is pressure fitted in there. If you need it out, you can get it out. I don't know where you're going to find a bore big enough to be able to fit this hole, but you can get it out. Now, one thing, when I got this, I was so amazed at the postless. I love the postless idea. It's a little unnerving and a little scary when you look at it and you're not used to it. So this is why I've gone ahead and I've done a how-to basically. We're going to build a coil for this. We're going to hook it up. We're going to go ahead and fill the cotton in as well. So there it is. That's it, guys. Just 4 little holes. Okay? And one thing I like about this is it's got that removable cotton ring around the outside edge that you're able to take off so it's not getting in your way. I'm just using 26 gauge Canthal for this build, guys. One thing I like to do when I'm building it is I like to string out all my wire right off the bat and then straighten it. Okay, I find that it gets little bends, little nicks in it. Real easy to do. Just take a screwdriver and then just straighten it out. Now, wrapping a coil, I've got this on 4 times speed, guys, so it looks real fast. It took me about 26 minutes to do this. We're going to cut this down and do it in about 8, okay? So I always do an 8 wrap. So that's 8 all the way around. 1, 2, 3, okay? And I do both at 8. And why do I do that? Because with this post and with everything else, it always seems to come out at that 4.6 to 0.5, okay? And that's where I like it at. It's not too hot, it's too cool, it's kind of the Goldilocks zone for me, and it's what I've been vaping for a long time. So, one thing, you got to be able to, with this postless, it's not so forgiving. You got to make sure that the lengths of the wire leads are the proper size. Another thing, before you start cutting your leads, make sure you have gone ahead and opened it up. The screws, set screws in there are already closed tight. Luckily, I didn't mess it up at all. If you have troubles handling it, you can always I like to use a screwdriver. Makes it real easy for me. All the way throughout the build, I'll use it multiple times. Now, once you go ahead and you set your thing in there a few times and you get your depth set to where you want it, to where it's going to sit in there and give you just enough little bit of clearance on the bottom, so that way you're not touching or you're not worried about going to be bridging any leads or any gaps, you can go ahead and you can start setting them up. Now, the easiest way I've figured out to get them the exact same length is I go ahead and I put them on my screwdriver. I've already got one that's set right. Okay, you guys can see it right there. So all I got to do now is snip the lead, go ahead, flip it back around, snip the other side. I've now got 2 of my coils set to the perfect height because I've already pre-done, right? Measured it out, cut once, measure twice. You already saw me do that really fast, but I did do it. Okay, now, one thing I found when I got them set down in there at the proper length, proper height, is they didn't want to sit proper. Now, you don't have to worry about this. Just make sure you are wide open. And then, once you get it set, use your thumb. You're going to hold it. Go ahead. Hold it down. You'll be good. After you tighten it up, it doesn't sit quite right. You can use your screwdriver to bend it back out a little bit. That's what you quickly saw there. Okay, so I'm now tightened in there nice and good. I got the one sitting in there. What are we doing next? Just making sure she's nice and snug. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead. It's sitting where I want it. I'm putting it onto my mod. I'm going to twist it on there, and we're going to heat it up and fire off. Now, you can get testers, and you can have all sorts of other little things. I know what I'm building. I've done this a million times, so I'm just going to use it right here on my mod. We're clean, we're hit, and then what you see me doing is I like to make it as tight as possible when making it, but I always crush my coil, okay? Go in afterwards and make sure it's crushed, and make sure she's fitting nice and tight and snug, because it's going to give you a better heat all over. Got one side done. Now it's just rinse and repeat, guys. You're going to go ahead and you're going to do the exact same thing to the other side, making sure to keep everything nice and level. Don't worry about it if you're starting to tighten it up and it twists on you a little bit. After she's snug, you can, again, stick your screwdriver, or your jig or whatever you're using inside and just give her a little twist and a bend back out. I'm going to go ahead, fire it up again, crush my coil, make sure that it's burnt off all that nasty Canthol stuff. You don't want to be breathing that in, guys. Don't forget it. I forgot it once. It was horrible. It was horrible. The horror. Anyways, now that that's all done, I got my thing on there. Now, again, I'm just showing out the sight holes. I wanted to make sure that it sat level with my holes. Now it's time to wick. I always take a full sheet, split off the top, split it down the middle, and then I stretch it. Okay? It's kind of that Scottish roll method, yeah? I stretch it out so it's about the same size as a normal sheet again, a half, goes to a full, and then I roll it with the grains going between my fingers to make sure that when you pull on it, you're not just going to be stripping it off. Twist it down, haul it on through. Okay, you're going to struggle with it right off the bat. It's okay. Give it a twist. You're all right with that. And once it'll start to slide, she'll just shoot straight through and you'll be good. Once you get it about the right length, we're going to try something here. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to leave it real long. I'm going to stuff this bowl because it doesn't have a reservoir for juice. And we're going to try it that way. And then I'm going to cut back out some of the cotton. And then I'll try it here with you guys with the cotton removed. All right, so again, it's just the same thing. I take the other half this time of that piece I ripped up to begin with, and now just feed it through just like you do on the first one. Don't be scared of it. Don't reef on it, so that way you're bending your coils back and forth. You can stick your finger on the coil if you need to. What I find works best, though, is to just give it a little twist and start it going through and pulling on it at the exact same time. Use your favorite little stuffer method. Go ahead, tuck all your down on the inside after you've put that ring back over the top. And once it's in there, all that's left is just to go ahead and put all your cotton down in. Now, I am making this first one, like I said, absolutely full. I'm stuffing it, leaving no airflow because, again, the air's on the side, so it's just going to be a top air, and we're going to stuff this thing and see how she hauls. And are we stuffed? There we go. We are fully stuffed now. Go stuff yourself. There we go. Now I'm using Orchard Gold Beagle. Okay, awesome little flavor, great juice. Really seems to, produce a lot of vape as well. It's quite tasty, and actually this whole Orchard line has been really quite nice. So when I apply my juice to fresh cotton, I puddle it up on top, and then I use my tip, and I actually start to touch it to help force that cotton to absorb, because otherwise it'll sit on there for quite some time. Go ahead, there you go. You see I got a couple of fires off of her. I now know that there's juice in there, and look at this. Look at this, guys. The vape amount coming off of that is just crazy. I cranked her up a little bit, took a few more pulls, and you guys, one thing I'm noticing about this is it is set. I normally vape at around 38 watts. I've got this one cranked up to 68 watts. It's nuts how much, and it's not so hot either. It's really quite a cool vape with how open it is. All right, now you guys can go ahead and see here. I've also gone ahead and removed all that cotton to give it extra airflow around the bottom. I did look through my sight hole here, and I can just see the top through my little glasses bar. I probably made this thing absolutely perfect. I've got it lined up, so hopefully we'll get some under airflow on this one here. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to load this back up again with this Gold Beagle. All right. Line up my air holes. Looking nice. You know what? I don't really notice a difference between the two, with it being stuffed on the bottom just on that first pull. I do like the splatter guard that they've got on the inside. That's quite nice. You know, that is a really nice, cool vape, especially when I'm sitting here and I'm using my Smock Alien 220 watt, and I've got this thing cranked up to 68. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put it up a little higher here. Let's go ahead. Oh, wow, that's pretty up there. You know what? There we go. I'll do 99.99. I'm going to give her another juice. Just to make sure we are vaping at that high temperature. Well, I guess we're not. High wattage. We got 91. I might die. That's completely possible. If I die, you'll never see it. All right. You know what? With the amount of airflow over the top and probably going underneath the coil, if you're going to hit those high temperatures, yeah, you're going to want to do the cotton just on the outside edges of your leads, heading down to the bottom of the bowl. You don't really want to stuff it too hard down in there, especially if you're going to use these high temperatures, because, wow, that stayed cool the entire time. This is an awesome little vape, guys. Your top is not going to disappoint. I highly recommend, if you guys are looking for a new drip tip that's not going to kill you and break the bank, you can't go wrong with this. This thing just absolutely hits. I am really impressed with this postless. Wow. A 3-second pull, and I just blanked that all out. Anyways, guys, that's all there is for me today. You guys need to go down, check out the One Stop Vape Shop. Those guys are awesome. They are very, very helpful, and they're going to be able to give you everything you need. And as for me, I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.